Well, hello again, and welcome back to my favourite pool on the Almond. It's been a while since I fished here, just because the water and the weather haven't been right. It's been too cold, the water's been too high, too low, too dirty, whatever. But I thought I'll come out today. It's kind of mid-afternoon, it's like 3 o'clock or something. It's a lot later than I intended starting, but as you can see, it's a lovely, lovely day, and I was taking advantage of that to do some work in the garden that I've been putting off for a while, simply because it's been too wet and cold. So, I don't know if people watching me. Still kind of get used to that. Anyway, I was come down here and there was another one of the members fishing this pool, and there was a couple of fish rising all around them, but he wasn't catching them. So I thought I'll come down and have a go, just to annoy him. There's one just in front of me there. I think that's the one he was targeting over and over again to absolutely no avail. So I'll have a few casts over to it and see what's what. I'm using my daddy long legs again. It's just because there's a lot of bubbles on the water, and I want something with quite a big footprint. Oh, missed it. That's not the fish I was targeting, but that definitely come up from a fly. See if it'll come up again. Yep, got it. It's only a wee thing, but it breaks the blank. What is it? Is it a wee brownie? Aye, just a tiny wee brownie. I'll not bother with the net with that. Oh, oh dear. Aye. Actually, might be. Jesus, knocked my camera there and everything. Maybe a wee par. If you look at the spots on it there. But there we go. That'll annoy him. There's nothing worse when you're casting over fish and you're getting nowhere, and some bugger comes down and a couple of casts in, they hook it. Yeah, right, so I'm going to adjust myself and knock my camera sideways there and everything. Right, well, it was only a wee thing, like a wee par, but it's broken the blank at least. So I've got a wee bit of maintenance to do here while I'm on the river. I get a few messages telling me there's somebody's dropped their net up at the weir and it's stuck under the water, so I'm going to go up there and try and fish that out. There's something just downstream of me there. It's gold coloured. I don't know what it is. It may be a piece of foil or a piece of metal or something. I don't know. I doubt it's gold, but I'm going to go down and take it out anyway, because I don't want plastic in the river if I can get it out. Yeah, there's another wee fish up there, which I probably shouldn't be targeting these wee things, but they're a lot of fun. They're really aggressive this time of year. This is probably, like, they're probably fishing only what, maybe 2 seasons on by now. In fact, you know what, I'm not even going to target them, they're tiny. That one I just caught there, there's 3 or 4 of them around the same size jumping all around me here. But there's no spot yet, is there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and try and fish this gold thing out, see what it is. And then I'm going to go across and fish into the seam on the other side there, which is my favourite way to fish this pool. So I'll see you in a wee minute. Right, it's a week or so later now, but you'll never know that because I'll edit this down all clever and stuff, and it'll look like it's the same day, but it's not. When I was out there and I caught that little par, my plan was to move upriver fishing my favourite pools, because it was like the first kind of halfway decent day we've had this season. But you know, seems like the entire club membership had the same idea, and every time I got to a pool I wanted to fish, there was someone there already. But that's, you know, that's okay. It's their river too. So the weather today isn't perfect. It's not bad actually. It's kind of overcast, a little cloudy, relatively warm, and it's hardly rained, and it's been pouring me rain for a couple of days now, so the river's at a decent level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the little pool here just below the road bridge, and then work my way up to the part of the river. If you remember a couple of weeks back I said I was going to leave that end of the river where I'd been chasing otters and stuff, just to let the temperatures come up a little bit, because when it's cold and windy up there, it's a massive wind tunnel and it's really not a nice place to fish. But today seems like it might be doable. So this is where I want to start, just in here. There's quite a few fish sitting here, but they can be twitchy and difficult to catch. I think this is right. Oh, there's somebody here ahead of me. Oh, typical. So what we'll do is I'll move further upstream again. So the fish in this part of the river can be quite twitchy, because this is one of the easiest pools to get to on the whole river, so it can be under a lot of pressure. Well, I've got one on the Greenwell's Glory. It's only a little one, but that's okay. I'll take a little one over none. So I keep doing that. Because my camera's chest mounted, I keep putting my hand in front of it when I'm trying to bring the fish in. Yeah, it's only a little, like, quarter pounder sort of a thing. But it saves the blank, so I'm happy enough with that. Right, where are we? I'm not bothered using the net. I should be able to get this off quite easy. I've got not a barbless hook, but a crushed barb, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting it off. If I can bring it to hand. There we go. Yeah, right in the scissors. No trouble at all. So there we are. Nice wee quarter pounder. Where is it? There you go. Let's get back. There we are. So I'm going to leave this pool for now, because that's been about half an hour I've spent here, maybe even longer, hard to tell. It's doing my head in, frankly. There's so many fish all the way down this scene, and it's taking me half an hour to catch one. Right, this will do. At the beginning of the season, and then the last season, I was talking about how there was places I wanted to go and fish. Oh, I missed it. Maybe that was just coincidence. It looked like a fish definitely come up from a fly there. I wanted to fish the Musselburgh-esque for grayling. I wanted to go down to the Tweed, down at the borders, and the Tay up at Dunkeld and all, but the weather's been absolutely fucking terrible. You don't need me to tell you that, you know what it's been like. And any time I've had a window of opportunity, like I don't have anything to do that day or whatever, the weather has been absolutely against me. So all these things I wanted to do just haven't come to fruition. I mean, it's only April, you know, I've got until what, October or September till the season ends, depending on what I'm fishing for, but it's frustrating, you know, where I had all these ideas, things I wanted to do, and half-made plans. I've had to put them all on the back burner because of the bloody British weather. I saw on the news the other day it's something like the coldest April for 30-40 years or something like that, 1986 I think they said. Doesn't make me feel any better, you know, saying well okay then it's not my fault, you know, it's the climate's buggered. But it's still, it's frustrating. I will get to these places, you know, and in the meantime I'm watching, oh bloody hell. Okay, saved it. Caught a twig or something on the other side there. I thought I was definitely a snag and a lost fly. But yeah, I'm watching loads of videos of people fishing like for grayling and the Tay and then at the Tay and Tweed. So I'm getting like as much knowledge as I can before I head down, but unless I can get there it doesn't really help, does it? You know, you can't catch a fish on paper. It doesn't matter how much I know about the river I'm going to fish if I can't get to it. Right, so I'm going to target that fish that come up just in front of me there, simply because it looks like it's the easiest one to cast to at the moment. I'm right over it there. Got it. Oh, missed it. Right, okay. That's twice that fish has come up from my fly. Twice I've missed it. But at least I know it's interested, so I'll try again. What was I saying? Aye. So it doesn't matter how much I know about fishing the Tweed if I'm standing on the bloody Almond, does it? Doesn't help me at all. But I do love watching the videos. I mean, so do you, that's why you're here. You know, watching me catching wee tiddlers while there's, you know, lunkers rising all around me. Because you want to learn how to fish this river, or you fish the river, or you just like watching fly fishing. Even though I suck at it. Bugger off, duck. So I've already told my partner that I won't be home, so they have to phone themselves a pizza, because today is going to be the first kind of full day, I think, that I'm going to spend on the river. See that bloody fish down there? Oh, got it. That's the one I was... Oh, that feels not bad. I thought it was only a little one. Oh, it's not happy. There's a big fish downstream under that overhanging tree, and it keeps coming up and making such a splash, but there's no way I'm going to be able to reach it. Well, that seems like... Ah. It's putting a fair bend in the rod. Let me see you. Where are you? Right, okay, that's a bigger fish than I thought it was. Well, let's say the fish here, I don't think get targeted very often, simply because of the difficulty in getting to them. So I think we've got some decent sized fish in this pool. Down to my... No, it's not ready yet. Now that's putting up a fair scrap. Oh, it's a good thick fish, kind of wide bodied. That may be up to the closing in on the 2 pound mark again. Certainly, oh, it's certainly strong, Jesus Christ. I cannot control this fish at all. Oh yes, that is an absolute beauty. Wow, look at that. Let's get this into the side. I'll try and keep it in the water. Right, let's have a look at you. That is well into the 2 pound region. No trouble at all. Let's see. Where are you hooked? Right. I'm going to turn the camera off for a wee second to get this unhooked. Okay, back in a second. Right, that is an absolute monster. Let me see it. Let me see. Oh, easy now. Oh, it's away. Up, fixed itself. Come on. Would you look at that? I'm giving that 2.5 pounds, maybe even 3. That's an absolute beauty. That's the biggest fish I've caught for ages. Certainly, it's the only fish I've caught out of here. So, off it goes. Wow, so it was definitely worth the time it took and the hassle to get in to catch that fish. That's some serious heft to it. That was a good fish. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to rest this pool then and move up to the steps. See you in a bit. Right, I had no luck there, even using Dylan's patented, you know, complain you're not catching and walk away from the camera trick. So I'll come up to Moby Dick pool here, and there's 2 or 3 fish coming up, just what's it, 20 feet, 25 feet in front of me. There's one there, and there's one sort of off to the side. So there's either 3 fish or 2 fish, and one of them's moving around. So we have a few casts here, although this is called Moby Dick pool for a reason, so I'm not going to spend too long because I've driven myself bloody mad here in the past. There's definitely fish coming up here, as I'm assuming you can see them as well. But as we all know, just because there's fish rising doesn't mean you're going to catch them. Sometimes it can be even harder if there's like a big feeding frenzy going on, because you know your fly is just one of 1,000, and it's not the only game in town. Oh, got one. Oh, doesn't like that, does it? Doesn't like that at all. Oh well, I've broken the Moby Dick curse, it seems. I come into this pool over and over again and not catching. I'm going to get down into the water so I can get this to the net. I won't be able to do it from where I'm standing on the bank. There we go. Lovely little fish. Going to give that, what, wee half pounder. I know I say it doesn't really matter, but you know, we all do that, don't we? We kind of try and guesstimate the weight of our fish, just so other people can get an idea of what's going on in the river too. Yeah, so, well, that was a fish at the back of the 3 there, so those other fish are still rising, so I'll have a go at them. Right, I got myself into a bit of a tangle there, but got it sorted. So there's a fish still there, maybe coming up maybe 15 feet in front of me. There isn't anything like as big a hatch, got it, here as there is going on downstream, so the fish are being a little less picky maybe. It's a fast little thing. I don't think it's very big, but it's it's got some legs on it. That's just another wee half pounder, but again, it doesn't matter. So we'll get this to the net. Tire itself out in that current a wee bit there. Now let me see. Yeah, it's probably about the same size as before, maybe a little bigger. Let's see. Again, I'm using partially barbless hooks here. I've pushed it down so it's not pointed, but it's still got a little bit of a little nub. So, okay, how many fish is that for today? That's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 fish for today so far. And I can still see Moby Dick. And I better fix that before I start moving up. Right, okay. I'm not even sure if I want to have a cast at this fish, but I might as well while I'm here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you look directly in front of my rod tip, you can see that. Can you see that disturbance up there? And that's Moby Dick just cruising around, sipping off the surface. Now, it's not a big fish, but actually it's not called Moby Dick because of its size. But, okay. Right, sorry about that. There's a bush behind me and I caught into it, and then I pulled the fly out of it and it went flying straight into that bloody bush there. So it took me bloody 5 minutes of teasing and tugging and stuff to free it, but I got it, so I've still got the fly on. Don't have to change anything. Right, I'm going to risk taking a step out just so I've got a straighter line to the fish I'm targeting there, and I'm not trying to cast it bloody angles around this tree because it's causing me to snag up too often. Fuck off, duck. I'm a lot closer to the silty end of this bank than I'd like to be, so I don't like that at all. Ah, fuck off. My language is appalling, isn't it? I would do something about it, but I don't want to. I like it. I like being a foul-mouthed hooligan. Right, I'm going to get as close as I can to these. There's one there and there's still that bigger one there. This is probably about as close as I dare get to them without spooking them, but got one. Oof! Oh, that's not happy. That's not happy at all. That's another absolute lunker of a fish, isn't it? Fortunately, there's no current here for it to get into and like cause me to lose control of it. Because the water here is quite still, I'm in charge. Good sized fish though. Let me point the camera down a wee bit so you can see what's going on. Ah, there we go. Another absolute chunk of a fish. This is the best they have had on the Almond, I think. Ever. Look at the size of that bugger. I think that might be even. No, it's not bigger. It's got some damage on its back there. I think something's had to go at that. You can see. Wait a second. Let's get my foot into the shallow bit here so I can get around the net with some control. Yeah, something's had a go at that recently. Maybe an otter or a goosander or a cormorant or something. It's definitely taken a swipe at that. Yeah, look at that. Another absolute beauty of a fish. But that's what I'm talking about here. You can see that damage to its tail. Something's took a swipe at that. So there. Another absolute bloody clonker. What's going on today? Must be lunker time. So I'm lost for words there. That's two of the biggest fish I've caught on this river in the same day, within an hour or so. Fantastic. I'm not sure whether I should keep fishing this pool. I'm just keeping an eye on that scene there, see if there's anything else coming up. I don't think that was the bigger one that I was targeting. I think that's still there. And because the fish come downstream as soon as I hooked it, I don't think it's spooked anything. And I'm going to watch this pool for a couple of minutes and then see if it's worth casting back in again, because I know, so back in the water, there's a bigger fish in there. So I'm watching, that fish is still coming up. Just about, there's a little kind of boil there where the two seams meet. It's proving difficult to get into it, although it did just now. Just because there's a little wind that's blowing backwards and forwards. And that's why I keep catching the trees, because I think I'm perfectly straight line, and then the wind suddenly gusts and takes me off to the side. But yeah, the fish is still definitely active in that little kind of that double riffle sort of boil thing there in front of me. And there's that one came up again and sent my fly 10 feet off to the right. Exciting this, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Did you see that coming out there? That's a decent sized fish. There's some stuff. Feck off. But I mean, it's coming up really aggressively. You know, quite confident to take these flies off the surface. So if I can get onto it, I think I can catch it. That's maybe not as big as I thought it was, but it's still a decent sized fish. Well, I suppose my average for today, size and weight wise, is way ahead of what I'd normally expect here. I've had 2 fish, definitely over 2 pounds. One maybe even a little closer to 3. And 2 little half pounders and a quarter pounder. So I'm doing okay for today. So if I can catch another fish, that one there keeps coming up. If I can catch that, and that's around the 2 pound mark again, which I think it is, this is, you know, easily my best day on the Almond. Not just weight wise and size wise, but just for excitement, you know, catching these big fish is great fun. Just to see them, you know. Well, sometimes I'll see them at night during the summer coming up, but I don't really expect to catch them, and I don't spend any time targeting them really. But to actually catch 2 of them in the same day that's pretty special for me. Yeah, I'm going to sack that back because that's rubbish. Got it. I'll get myself back out of that sludge. Right, let me see you. Where are you? What size are you? Is you the one I was after, or are you another one that's got in my way? Oh, dearie me. Nope, that's definitely the one I was after. That's the big fish I was after. Oh. Right. I'm going to have to play this one on the reel, I think. Luckily, I don't know. That's about the same size as the last one. I don't think there's any rocks in here it can get into to try and kind of rub my leader. Snapped me off. Right, just let me get the net. Which I'll lift on the bank from the last fish. Another absolute beauty. What a day. Now look at this one. That's golden. What an absolutely beautiful fish. Right, give me a second to unhook it in the net so I can pick it up and release it in one go. If it will let me. There we go, just minimise handling as much as I can. Self-hook there a wee bit. Just went past the bar, but that's fine. Right, so hang on, I'm just trying to get my camera in the right position here, because this is the biggest fish of the day by, not by much, but enough. Isn't that an absolute beauty? Look how thick that is. Wow, beautiful colours. Let's get that back in the water, and away it goes. That was definitely worth getting a little bit wet for and getting stuck in that stinky mud. Well, I'm going to call it quits here today, because what time is it? Must be after tea time. It's 4:30. Actually, you know, still a couple of hours maybe, but I think that's probably enough for today. 3 2-pound plus fish in the same day is just what a day. Do you know what I mean? I don't have words. I've caught, what's that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish for today, and that's a good day anyway, but to catch 3 fish that size, it's just fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out the water, and I'm going to take my waders and my boots and everything off and get changed back into my civvies, so I'm not tempted to fish the pools on the way back down. You know, I think I've had a good day so far, and I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to, you know, keep on hammering the river. I'm going to take that and say thanks to the river and go back home and watch this and edit it down and try and make some sense of it. Oh, fantastic. So, as always, thanks for watching, and cheerio and rasta.